Anyway, now Swizo.
Okay, let's
enter Swizo.
Yeah, you've been hooked for
Sasa nimeingia Switzerland.
This now for the
now 2013 my first
boy.
time with my boy Kotega. We've gone, I've met Greg and Hook, Sawa, Isa. Then they barely speak any English, may speak very little French, so I'm like, this works perfect.
But
we play the beat.
Huh? You speak French?
Yeah, so I told you that when I went Alliance Française.
Yes. Who would have thought?
Alliance Française. Hey.
Like, who would have thought?
So I knew a bit of French. So I was like, cool. Let's be in the studio. So basically it's like play the beat, I like it, yes, I don't, yes, no. But it was also different. Unlike Wawesh, where Wawesh would come with an idea and then he would progress the idea as you are together in studio, as you are writing. So it was very bounce off. These guys, I found that a lot of times they already had quite a bit of the beat together. So they were really looking for a singer. But it's okay. I didn't also want to talk. I was processing so much. By 2013 now, my friend Sandra has stopped working with blankets. I was unpacking a lot of things in that year. So I needed the silence anyway to write. So I wrote. We wrote MDQ in like 16 days. So by the time Kotega is coming, he's thinking maybe he'll come and find 4 or 5 songs. He found tracks on tracks. He's like, bruh. Yes. Aight. So we did a listening session. So Greg and Hook, after Wawesh, I'd not found anything like that. And Dilly is my G. Dilly is the one who made Vile Inafaa.
Yeah.
But either I wasn't present musically or there was something about Greg and Hook. With them, first they didn't have the context of Kenya. Kotega lives in Kenya the way your friend can live in Cameroon.
Yeah.
Until the day you're going to visit your friend, you're not really going to think about Cameroon. Or maybe on the news you see, there's a thing, and you're like, I wonder how my friend is. It was like that. They knew this Kenya, but they never thought about it. So even when they listened to the music, they didn't have attachment to anything that they listened to.
Yeah.
They were like, this is what you guys make. Okay, cool. They didn't think about this thing of creating for an audience. Yes. They didn't have that. They were a blank slate. So I go back to Awesh. They had no interface with this thing called Kenya. They were just creating for creating. So it was very fresh and very challenging. And I'm like, yes, let's go. So we record our stuff. That's where Nine Yahoo was born. That's a project that has Nine Yahoo. It has Get Up. And I was just like, oh my God, I love this guy so much. This is amazing. Perfect. So I said to them, look, I think that there's a project here that the product here is pretty strong. I'll go home and I'll tell Kotega to take me to Standard Group. We go and pitch Standard Group because they have this thing called SDE that I had read about that was coming out. And SDE is a portal. So if I can ask these guys if they can be like my sponsors, since they have like media. Every Friday we write an article in Pulse. We give guys a short code, the Standard Group short code. You send 10 bob, we send you a track. And we see. They're like, late. I was like, aight. So
that's such a crazy idea.
But at the same time,
how many songs did MDQ have? First of all, it's available on MOOC right now.
MDQ is available on MOOC. Sahi,
right
MDQ,
now.
Okay? Just go and do it. It even has its sister that I did MDQ upgraded. Like 2 years later, we did a bunch of like collabs. So like Kulichana. So go, Wyclef. So both MDQ upgraded, both of them are available on MOOC.com. Buy it now.
Okay.
Thank you. Some dope rhymes. There's a song called TKO. Okay. TKO. That is the best song ever. Like, I love that song. I'm so clever in it. I'm so, like, I challenge you as a rapper to find a problem in that song.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing from Nairobi, Kenya, rap's heavyweight champion, Muthoni the Drummer Queen. Nashukuru mnakubali, mnapiga makofi. Nashukuru nafurahi, ninapiga magoti. Mnapaza sauti, mnapiga saluti. na punyi nina kaza misuli nina shika mundo kwenda raundi kwa raundi piga paundi kwa paundi pasa soundi kwa soundi nina leta noma mpaka mkali mani awe hali gani bado tupatani aya drama mama on the club banger tunasaka do kama paka na mapanya nani kwenye hot seat nani kwenye hot nani ana hit session ngapi zina retweet cheki my request ntaka 10 zimeja kwa my request na mafan wanasema ndio au sio. Chafu zote riswa hata zile za kuhet shindwa kuongea kitu ujaget riswa kwa matibabu ya kizidi muone muziki.
No,
yourself,
I know it was dope.
Feel yourself.
Because Pojiroso sent TKO to Nyash because I was like, yo, Rosso, the only thing that would make me change anything in this song is if I could have Nyash and Professor Dre. Podgy's like, I don't know if I can get you Professor Dre, but Nyash, Let me get it. When Nyash was in America, Nyash recorded on his phone a verse and sent it to Podgy. Nyash, I'm so sorry that we didn't figure it out for you to record, for it to be something.
That's crazy.
Our day is coming, Nyash.
It's coming. That's
how I knew. This is what I mean. Like my whole life, I've been validated by the ones who I need to validate. Mm-hmm. Like Nyashinsky, bro. In America, he sent a verse. He sent a verse back. It was so good. I could not believe it. I was just like, guy. And also through Podgy, I listened to some of the stuff that Nyashinsky made when he was in America.
When he's in States.
You're joking. Everything in life. So anyway, so I come back. I'm like, yo, Nyaje, standard group was up. Do you like this plan? The commercial director's like inside. I'm like, correct.
So wait, how did you just rocked up to standard or you had worked? How did you know each other?
How did I? No, of course I didn't know anybody. I was just like, they take proposals. I'm an artist. What gave me the thought that I could have a meeting with the commercial director? I think Doreen Bayer. So Doreen is somebody I knew from from when I started singing, being in Victor Say's Christmas story, in 2000 and whatever that was, back in the day. Episode one. So I knew Doreen from then, and I don't know how we kept up. I don't know. But I knew Doreen Bayer, and then Doreen had moved to Standard Group as marketing, and I was like, perfect. Doreen is dope as hell. I'm gonna go talk to Doreen. Doreen has been around musicians for so long. She's not gonna think I'm mad. Got you. And they had a new project. For real, there was a serendipity of the moment. So Doreen is the one who got us the meeting. And from the first meeting, it was like a boardroom, people, and we're just like, hey. But we pitched. They were like, yeah, we like the vision.
So what was the concept?
So the concept was, I have a new project.
Yes.
So first I'm gonna shoot some videos. And then what we're going to do is every Friday, because it's hip hop. So now I had learnt my lesson from the human condition.
Yep.
Don't just dump new music on people. So I'm like, now I've even gone and changed my whole genre. Now I'm hip hop, only hip hop. So what we're going to do is give people every Friday, drop a song. But the way you'll get this song is on your mobile. Because at this point, of course, we had already seen that mobile is the communication of Africa.
Yep.
And even as I was having this thought, Jay-Z then had his deal with Samsung. So I was like, correct, deliver music on phones. You send 10 bob on their short code, because all TV stations have a short code.
Yep.
The government takes whatever it takes, whoever takes whatever it is that they're taking, Safaricom. And then I think we were splitting one bob on the remainder.
Yeah.
So our game there was scale. We can scale. 10,000 people are likely to send us 10 bob because we have the power of media to shape perceptions.
Exactly.
So we'll run some ads on TV, and then Pulse is going to put an insert every week for the project, saying something, the artwork for the song, the short code.
Get it.
So I'm like, this thing is gonna work. It should work, right?
I'm waiting to hear the results. So first of all, what videos did you shoot? Because you said you shot 9 Yahoo.
So we shot 9 Yahoo,
yeah.
And we shot Get Up.
I know me, I'm the master's son. don't understand, but I know it when he understand. Still I feel a mighty fear, and the view is so unclear when I'm looking through the rear. All that trouble reappear, and this year what I hear, all that time it disappear. All my worries are me near, and my problem interfere, Lord. Trying to murder me, trying to murder me. This thoughts trying to scatter me, trying to scatter me. This thoughts. Get up, get up, get up, get up out to here. Hit the road. Get up, get up, get up out to here. Away you go. Get up, get up, get up out to here. You're not welcome no more. Get up, get up, get up out to here. Oh, I know it put a cold that burn. I know it put a cold that burn on my tongue. I know I want to teach the word.
So for the videos, I went back to Ted Josiah. I was like, yo, G, what's up? He's like, got you. So Ted Josiah shot those videos,
Nice.
so 9 Yahoo, and it was so dope. I loved it. I loved shooting it. It was scary
Yeah.
and dope.
I loved Naini Yahoo.
Yeah.
I feel like you came strong on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah. But even the beat, the
Yeah.
sample, those are my swizzles.
Yeah.
Muthoni Drummer Queen. 90 and 9, ni a 99, 90 and 9, ni a who? 90 and 9, ni a 99, 90 and 9, ni a who? 90 a who? Wale wanna do? 90 a wale wanna milita o blue? Ataka shoe, ekaro juu, angalau naeza lipa kutumia lu. 9 ku think, for example, una sink na maji na blood kichanuo ya pink na mafuta ya balon. Iyo siyo salon, tebu orabisha heo kama kamera ya Canon. Na ya wase wanakuwaga wamesoma, lakini bila secret wanajipata kwenye noma. 9 ku struggle, 9 ku hustle, kila kitu ina bei na ijanga muscle. 90 ya 8, ni ya 99, 90 ya 8, ni ya who? 90 ya 8, ni ya 99, 90 ya 8, ni ya who? 90 ya 8, ni ya 99, 90 ya 8, ni ya who? 90 ya 8, ni ya 99, 90 ya 8, ni ya who? Na ina majabu zingine very spectacular. Imagine kubai ponona imefanywa in vernacular. Utashtuka buda, kumbe sex ni lugha.
So I've been making music now with Greg and Hook since 2013.
Till today.
Till today.
Are you guys now communicating?
Yeah, those are my brothers, bro.
So I mean, like, how you find me now?
Like, those are my bros.
Have
They
you found
come
the middle
here.
ground?
I go there. Like, we go. Yeah. So over the years, they learnt more English. I learnt marginally more French. Marginally.
That's funny.
They're the ones who learnt English more.
I know.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, now you guys talking to each other, man.
So a lot of times, even now, like a lot of times, it's just them talking in French. Then someone remembers, oh shit, this chick talks English. Or like when I'm with them, when I'm kicking it with their
Yeah.
homies, see them, they talk French.
Yeah.
So
that's who now became your producers.
now those became my producers,
Yo, that's crazy.
right?
Okay, so you do this thing, you drop
So I
those two
come
videos.
home, yeah.
standard
So now we
group.
come, yeah. The standard like, let's
Does it
go.
work?
So the day of it rolling out. So we are now Podgy is running the project. In the same year, the same week, we got standard group. Podgy is like, yo, also, Tasker Project Fame have called. Do you remember episode 2, Tasker Project Fame? Zing, 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 zing. They're back. So now TPF is in like season what? 6 or whatever, say 12, whatever season they are in now of their life. I should also say that my whole class, anybody who I was with in TPF who wanted a gig, I've given everyone in TPF a gig.
That's so cool.
And I just remember being like, how interesting, how bad I wanted to be this one, and now I'm the one who's writing the checks. What it should be is both. I'm at it and I'm also writing the check.
Yeah.
That's my preference, both. Anyway, yeah, so they're doing guest music directors. Do you want to come through and be a guest music director for a week? You choose the music for your people. And I was like, yes.
Nice.
So it just worked together that there was a project that we were dropping. There's Nai that we've just put out. And now the next week I'm on TPF, on Citizen. Hapo ndio nilidrop here the power of media. Mass media.
Mass.
This is why I was convinced the thing with Standard Group would work. Okay? That week I was on, as Kenyans call it, Tasker Project. There's no Kenyan
There's no
versus fame. Unajua hiyo kipindi ya Tusker Project. Unajua hiyo Tusker, yo bro, I got with my pink pro box to put fuel. Guys, I just unajua hiyo Tusker Project. Tulikuwa na kwa Tusker Project. Hiyo kitu ulikuwa unasema ni ya maana sana. That's when Kenyans talked to me. Wa Kenya, Tusker Project. But sasa mimi niliingia Tusker Project na ile designer. I know what it means to be on this thing. So me, I'm writing for the artist. I'm going to give you, so we had to choose the music. So me and Mr. Rosso, we made the music list. Or like we made it relevant, current. It's like, what are you doing telling someone to sing a Piba Bryson song? To do what with it? At the time when you have Oleku, okay, that was the trending topic on the streets. I'm like, the rise and rise of African music and their own songs. Hey, so our week was lit. I spent a lot of time in the house, even when we're not on camera, just like it was I gave and it was helpful, and it's like, this is not for TV, it's not
who
about...
are some of the artists who were there at the time?
Amos and Josh.
Oh, Amos and Josh, that time.
Amos and Josh were there.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
I see.
In fact, they're the ones who did they did Me I'm a Superstar. I think we gave them Superstar, if I'm not wrong. And I remember Ian, we are now very good friends with Ian Bogo, but I remember Ian like mocking all of it. It's like, what is that? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're rap singing. Because now the other judges didn't know. They're surprised with what the guest judge has chosen. It's like, no, this rap. Anyway, I'm sure you can find the clips online. Yes. It was not very nice. Juliana says, you're telling somebody about Piba Bryson. The thing that I didn't remember or care is TV. Them they were playing roles. Yes. Me, I didn't need to play a role. So I'm like, absolutely not. You're not going to tell young Africans to not be Africans now when it's the time for Africaning. Forget it. So me, I really argued and actually got into a very bad mood. Like, we really argued off air. We really argued, and I'm like, yeah, you guys think that this thing is just entertainment. These are real artists. Like this is not advice you can give to an artist entering their career. And you remember also how it broke you. Bruh. Let's go back to episode 3. That APF, because the guest judge was a musician, I performed. So I performed Get Up. I performed Nine Yahoo. We had like a medley, and I just remember even Akina Eric and being like, Allah. Guy, so now the whole Kenya said, hey, wimbo merap na hii very good. Hiyo Tusker Project, tulikubaliana na wewe venye wa Kenya, gumzo mtaani. You got a few roses. Hapo sasa wa Kenya wakanipatia some roses. I was like, okay, pause. Endeleeni kudownload muziki kwa Pulse short code. But this is what we discovered the day we went live with the project. October 18th, because the next day was my sister's wedding. I'll never forget. On the morning, on the appointed Friday morning, everything is starting. We've done like the ads on KTN, nini kila kitu. Turns out the short code only works with Safaricom numbers. I say, what do you mean? Because now guys from in the mornings, they're just like, yo, I've sent, because the thing was just you send a text. It's like it's like prompts, you query the system. Yes. Then it prompts you send the 10 bob, push, then you send, and then now you get the track. Yep. So now people are sending the 10 bob and not getting a track back. Whoa. So now somebody very sheepishly tells me, it's because, Airtel, how they pay, nini, siju, whatever. The commercial relations between Airtel and Standard Group meant that I couldn't use the short code for Airtel. I could only use this one for Safaricom. But no one had said that. Now, even this one for Safaricom, because it is being queried so many, when you query and then it doesn't send you immediately, what you do, you query again. You remember Jay-Z saying that one of the reasons why the site kept crashing is you bought the phone and then you keep querying the system, send me the track. So it's processing. That's exactly what happened. But the whole back end was being run by Standard Group. Hapo nilijieka kwenye shimo na kubali. Never enter. Have you ever had that business idea for never enter a business you don't know anything about? That thing is 100% true. Don't do it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Guys are telling you the way they can make quails and you don't know nothing about quails. Leave it alone, please, bro. Weka tu pesa yako kwa ile kitu unajua. If what you know is trees, make a botanical garden. I promise you, that's where your return is going to come from. You can't do a business you don't know. So me and Standard Group are here doing an IT business because this is a tech. It's a tech. There's so much tech. The tech must work for the thing to work, and the tech is not working. definitely not for Airtel and barely for Safaricom. My sister's wedding, ujawai kwa na stress kwa harusi. Yani ninaona sitangu anamari, niko na feelings. Ninataka kuenda kwa toilet kulia because ninaona watu wakiniambia how come mama. The video was meant to premiere, I mean on what? It hasn't come out on the thing it was meant to. They've put it on this other thing. It was a mess. It was a mess. Standard Group. Hapo amkucheza poa.
That's insane.
Amkucheza poa. They didn't have the capacity to do the thing that they wanted to do. They didn't have the capacity.
Because it's a nationwide thing that you're trying to do.
And that was my point. So my thing was, just me, wakinitumia tu 10 bob, bora utasikia tu your wimbo, you're going to be in my team. Anyway, so that didn't work as I expected it would.
Yeah.
But I played Sepetuka that year.
Nice.
Kina Homeboys gave me Sepetuka. I smashed Sepetuka.
That's so cool. So now you're being called as
an artist. So it's like, okay, people saw it. A lot of people saw the campaign, but they didn't exactly understand whether it had ever worked or not.
Yeah. And what about the album? Did you launch it?
So we didn't launch it. The idea was just like to put it out like that.
Put it out, huh? Okay.
But towards the end, I was very discouraged with the output. I felt like I'd failed my team in Switzerland. I'd failed myself.
You didn't, what the album, you didn't like it? You didn't like the music that you
No, I loved it. I just thought it was going to do so much better because I was working with Standard Media Group, brother.
Okay, sorry.
You see what I mean?
I get, there's a lot that you had put on
so
them.
So it's like Umenda Intercontinental.
No, umepata
chakula
ya Sanford.
Hata si Sanford mzuri, ni Sanford mwitu.
Okay, yeah. Sanford is actually really nice.
Sanford is very nice.
I'm sorry, Sanford. I take it back. You've got some good chicken. Okay.
So, I was very disappointed musically coming to the end of the year. Very. And I felt like that opportunity that had been given to us to change something had failed. So, me in my spirit, I was in the pits. But now, go back to blankets. Remember, my life always happens at the same time. Now 2012, 2013, we spent the whole year in Carnival,
depleting your funds.
Depleting our funds. Westgate happens.
Yeah.
And then, before and after Westgate, I don't know if you remember, there was a series of like bombings in matatus. Do you remember that thing that you guys were even afraid? You remember when there were IEDs in matatus?
I remember there was some.
Do you remember that period? Yeah. Yeah. Isili mats. There was like a mat that got exploded. There was just a big fear. On Thika Road, there was a lot of fear about like. So what that did is everybody was afraid to go out for gigs.
Yep.
Nobody could go out for a gig. Then we're like, okay, now the September gig, we have to do it and give all the funds to Red Cross. So we called Akina Sauti Sol. I remember being in Lake of Stars in Malawi. We were at Malawi, Lake of Stars Festival. So me, I was a speaker at the festival. Them, they were musicians.
With Sauti Sol?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but, so it's not them, they've been progressing their career, how they've been progressing. So that was now, I remember that as another moment where me and Sauti Sol spent an extended period of time together at Lake of Stars in Malawi. But that year they did it in the city. It was called City of Stars. That's the only year they didn't do it at the lake. So now just talking to them, it was like a life catch-up. Like, where has their career then taken them? Where has my career then like taken? There's still some, because when he promoter kind of, when msanii kind of. So me begging them, getting them to agree to doing a charity show. Anyway. So then we're like, okay, let's do a 2-day. The team at the office is like, you guys, let's just do something.
Hold on, there's another path that you've talked about there. So you were called there as a speaker.
Yeah.
To speak on what?
To speak on the festival.
Life. Or the festival.
Yeah, an East African festival that's been going on and on. Because then this big East African festival, Sauti ya Busara,
yes,
it's an annual festival. Bayimba Music Festival, Uganda, also an annual festival. But we were the only one that was operating as a festival for real, happening monthly in multiple countries.
Whoa, okay.
So there was something to bring to the table, and you're also an artist. So
nice.
I was there to speak about that. But Sauti Sol were there to perform at the festival. So it never ends. The grass is always greener. So I'm at this thing.
I'm like, I also sing.
As this bona fide thing, but all I'm feeling is the loss that I'm not at this thing as Sauti Sol.
Oh, man.
Isn't that so weird? So that
You're not
was
looking
my
at what
big
you
one.
have, you're looking
You
at
can't
what-
see at what you have.
what
You're
you
just
lack.
looking at what you're lacking. It's like if I hadn't done all this Mickey Mouse shit, I would have been the Sauti Sol who is being called to come and sing at gigs.
Mickey Mouse ish. That's funny.
So now I'm like, okay, so what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Let's do a 2-day festival. We'd been talking about it at the office for a while. We're like, oh well,
It's about that time.
kanuke, kaende. So we make the decision. We start to book artists very quietly. By the time we announced, we had I think 3/4 of our lineup in. But now we are having this big tug of war at the office. It's like, because we had made the decision that we wanted to exit our relationship with Capital.